There is something many elderly people quietly worrying about. But almost nobody talks about openly: body odor. Not because older adults are dirty, not because they lack hygiene, but because the body changes with age. Skin changes, sweat changes, oil production changes, and after 60, after 70, a different kind of body odor may slowly appear. Many seniors become embarrassed by it. They feel uncomfortable around others, less confident in social situations, afraid people may notice something unpleasant. And in many cases, it can be improved significantly through gentle daily care. Today, we will talk openly and respectfully about why body odor changes with age, the areas elderly people often forget to clean properly, and simple hygiene habits that help older adults feel fresher, healthier and more confident. Because aging is not something to be ashamed of, and caring for the body is not vanity, it is dignity. Part 1: Why body odor changes after 60. There was a 74-year-old man who noticed something unusual. Even after showering, his clothes seemed to hold a strange smell. At first, he thought it was the detergent. Then he blamed the weather, but eventually, he realized the odor was coming from his body itself. This happens more often than people realize. As we age, the skin produces different compounds. One compound, often discussed by researchers, is called 2-nonenal. This compound becomes more common with age and may create a distinct odor, sometimes described as musty, oily, slightly stale. Again, this is not because someone is unclean, it is part of natural aging. But hygiene becomes more important because aging skin also holds oils differently, traps bacteria more easily, becomes drier and more delicate, and there is another reason odor becomes stronger. Many elderly people move less. Reduced movement means less circulation, more sitting, more moisture trapped in certain areas. Some older adults also struggle with bathing safely, reaching certain body parts, fatigue during hygiene routines, and because it is hidden, many people forget to clean it thoroughly. After 70, skin folds become more sensitive, natural oil changes increase buildup, and behind the ears can quietly develop odor over time. Gentle daily washing with warm water helps remove oils, sweat residue, bacterial buildup, but older adults should avoid harsh scrubbing because aging skin tears more easily. This is why gentle care matters, not aggressive cleaning, just consistency, and sometimes. Part 3: The neck area, a hidden source of odor. The neck is another area many seniors unintentionally neglect, especially the folds around the neck. There was an elderly man who always wore collared shirts. Over time, sweat and skin oils collected around his neck folds, and because the area was difficult to see clearly, it wasn't cleaned thoroughly. The result: persistent odor. The neck traps sweat, dead skin, natural oils, heat, and after 65, reduced skin elasticity creates folds where bacteria multiply more easily. This is especially important for elderly adults who spend long hours indoors, sweat lightly without noticing, have limited mobility. Gentle cleaning around the neck daily can reduce odor, irritation, skin discomfort, and afterward, drying the area properly becomes equally important. Because trapped moisture creates bacterial growth. Again, this is not about perfection, it is about comfort and freshness. Part 4: Under the breasts and skin folds. Many elderly women experience odor beneath the breasts, but very few discuss it openly. As skin changes with age, moisture becomes trapped more easily in folds, and trapped moisture creates warmth. Warmth creates bacteria, and bacteria create odor. There was a woman in her late 70s who constantly felt irritation beneath her chest area. At first, she thought it was simply aging, but gentle cleaning and proper drying improved the issue significantly. This area requires daily washing, gentle drying, breathable clothing, especially during warm weather. The same principle applies to other skin folds: groin folds, stomach folds, underarm folds. These areas need airflow and cleanliness, not because aging is shameful, but because aging skin becomes more vulnerable, and vulnerability requires care. Part 5: Feet, the most powerful source of hidden odor. Feet carry entire body all day, and yet, many older adults cannot reach them comfortably anymore. There was an 82-year-old man who struggled with foot odor despite changing socks regularly. The real issue was this. His feet were not being cleaned thoroughly between the toes. Moisture remained trapped, fungus developed quietly. And odor became persistent. Feet contain many sweat glands. And when shoes stay closed for long periods, bacteria multiply quickly. After 70, reduced circulation and limited flexibility make foot care harder. But daily cleaning helps prevent odor, fungal infection, skin cracking, discomfort. Warm water and gentle drying between the toes become extremely important because healthy feet are deeply connected to comfort, mobility, confidence, and strong hygiene helps preserve all three. Part 6: Clothing, bedding, and the environment. Sometimes, the odor is not only from the body, it also comes from fabrics. There was an elderly couple whose bedroom developed a stale smell over time, not because they were unclean, but because aging bodies naturally produce oils that collect in bedding, pillows, clothing, chairs, and older adults often spend more time indoors, more time sitting, more time resting. This increases fabric absorption of body oils and odor. That is why regularly washing bedsheets, pillowcases, blankets, towels becomes extremely important after 70. Fresh fabrics improve hygiene, sleep comfort, emotional well-being, because environment affects confidence too. A clean space often helps older adults feel mentally refreshed. Final message: aging changes the body. That is natural. And body odor after 60 or 70 is not something to feel ashamed about. It is simply part of physical change. But gentle hygiene habits make a powerful difference. Not to impress others, not for vanity, but for comfort, for confidence, for dignity, because every elderly person deserves to feel clean, comfortable, respected, confident in their own body. And remember this: growing older is not losing value. It is gaining years of experience, and caring for yourself carefully is one of the deepest forms of self-respect.